Hello everyone, this is Nivedita. So today's video is going to be a little different one. It is not going to be a tutorial or an art kit review. Instead, I'm going to talk about the No by Art challenge and why I decided to take that challenge. So before going into that, I would like to share a small history about me as an artist. So since childhood, I was always interested in drawing and painting. So my parents encouraged me and they sent me to drawing school, like local drawing school, and I gave state level drawing examination. But later on, as I grew up, I had to take a break from the painting because I'm a MBBS student. So I had to allocate a majority of my days to studies and preparation for my post graduation exam and so on. So, but my collection of art supplies started since childhood. Okay, I took courses of fabric painting, card making, and so on. So I already had a few material from then, but obviously they were not as that money as compared to now. I own many things. So after I joined my post graduation in ophthalmology, then I again started to reconnect to my artistic side. This happened even before, before joining the post graduation. But then I started reconnecting to my artistic or creative side. So, I opened the YouTube, I scrolled through videos, and no matter how I came across, like whether it was, I was inspired by all kind of art forms like scrapbooking, card making, mixed media, and I already had fabric painting material. Then I was also inspired by glass painting, this color by numbers, and so on. So I bought all the items required for each art form and just collected them. I also bought alcohol inks, I bought spray paint bottles. More like I had this phase of making DIY color bottles for mixed media art. And I ended up spending more money on making the DIY things instead of, buying them. I bought all the items required for whichever art or craft form that I was inspired. The problem with this was I was not using them. I didn't like I was inspired by this watercolor artist on YouTube, but I would buy the items, but they are still in my stash. Not only that, I also bought tutorials for like scrapbooking and watercolors and gouache painting and all, but they are all unused. So that's how I reached to this point, and that's why I am doing the No by Art challenge. I decided to do this No by Art challenge for 5 months of this year 2023 from August to December. And why 5 months? That's because I had tried this challenge multiple times within last 1.5 year. But I think the last time I attempted, I was successful for 4 months without buying anything. So I thought now I'll decide to do the 5 months only so that I can control myself at least for 5 months, and I think by the end of 5 months I would be seeing the benefits of this challenge, and that will act as a motivation to continue further. So after the 5 months, maybe I will buy few things. I may not buy anything new. We will see. Also, in this 5 months duration, I would get acquainted with the items that I already have in my own stash, and thus make an informed choice at the end of 5 months to buy what should I buy. Previously, I noticed the most important cause of me not sticking or not being successful in this challenge was because I would need something in between, and then I would allow myself to buy that because it's not there in my stash. And you go on this art website and you get like it's like a kid going to the candy store and you can't stop with one. You keep on buying or adding things to your cart. That's why I decided to, to keep it for 5 months, so that instant gratification of, going and adding the things to the cart and buying, I'm removing that. Now, coming to how I'm going to do this No by Art challenge, I thought I would write a few guidelines for myself so that it will be easier for me to be successful in this current No by Art challenge. The first one is to get acquainted with the supplies. So I have collected a lot of washi tapes. For example, I have collected a lot of pattern papers. uh, I think almost everyone has this fear that if I use this particular item, it will run out of my stash and I wouldn't find the replacement. So I decided to make swatch book, for washi tapes or pattern papers and everything, so that once I have made the swatch of a particular pattern paper or washi tape, then I can freely use it in any art form, like for example mixed media backgrounds, and using it in my journals, etc. So yeah, the first one is to get acquainted with the supplies that you have. So the second one is to make challenge for yourself. Like for example, in my case, I decided to post videos using the things that I already have in my stash. If you may not want to do the YouTube videos, but you can always make an Instagram page, like you're posting the art forms that you have used from your challenge into onto that page. Or if you don't want to share it like on social media, etc., then um, just see, there are like 30-day art challenges on Pinterest or something. You just challenge yourself, dedicate one book. I have collected a lot of notebooks also, or diaries, planners. So you can repurpose one of those book and make a start with 30-day challenges of testing your supplies, or something like coloring one object every day in your favorite medium. You can do those stuff. And beware that if you decided to post it on share it on social media like Instagram and all, it's there is a high chance also for you to get tempted by that ads which show, or like other artists also, when they show a particular like product or an art item, you think that you want to buy those art supplies to get that effect. But so that's why be cautious if you decided to post on Instagram or any other social media platform. The third tip is to uh, time to try that tutorials which you have added to your watch later playlist, or maybe you have bought few tutorials. And like when you bought a particular items, art or craft items, you are already inspired by a particular video which you may have added in your playlist or watch later. It's time that you use those tutorials and create the art form that you always wanted to try, okay, instead of buying new art supplies. My fourth tip would be to mix and match the things that you already have. Like suppose you have alcohol inks, and you have tried made few backgrounds with alcohol ink. Now you don't know what to do with them. Maybe you use it as a base for making a mixed media page, or you know like suppose using washi tape in the background of mixed media pages. You may have bought some washi tape sets where few of the washis from that set you don't particularly care. You can use those in your background, to create the texture on a mixed media page. Otherwise you can use it as a masking tape also. Now, coming to the fifth tip, make the list of supplies that you have used in this 5 months. If you have liked them, or you would like to buy them after the challenge, or you don't see the value in buying them again, or maybe you thought that you will like it, but after using them, you didn't like it. So, make a list of it, get to know yourself as an artist, and then after the end of 5 months, make an informed choice. The things you may it's not like after end of 5 months you have to buy new things. If you want to continue, you can continue as no buy art challenge, or you can always try the low buy art challenge. So I want to just end on a note saying that you will come across a stage where you realize that you have spent a lot of money on art supplies or craft supplies, but rather than beating up yourself for that and be like, oh, I spent so much money, because it will just trigger and you may end up buying more things. Just be like, okay, fine, I bought this item, it inspired me, why did it inspire me, and try to use it. So that way, and at the end of 5 months also you're like really struggling, there is a lot of resistance in using them, I feel like it's time to let go of that thing and make space. Maybe not particularly for a new item, but for your creations. Because once you start creating, they like on canvas board, etc., you need space to store also, right? So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm very excited for this 5 months. I'm also going to share a few videos in this series of no buy art challenge, where I'm going to get acquainted with my supplies or how I'm using them. Little updates here and there. So yeah, bye. That's it, guys. Thank you.